Okay. It is that time of year again when law enforcement agencies across the country start sending out dire warnings about terrible things in your kids' Halloween candy. This has already started this year, and nearly every single year, the week following Halloween, we get notices that someone found a needle or they found drugs in their kids' candy. But here's the thing, in almost every single case, these turn out to be a hoax. Like 3 years ago, when a couple in Washington County claimed they ate their kids' Halloween candy and then they got very sick. And the sheriff's office said the candy tested positive for meth. Again, that was 3 years ago. Since then, crickets. So this week, our team got curious and we followed up to see whatever happened with that meth in candy story. Well, the sheriff's office told us the case is unsolved and it's now closed. No word on whether the meth actually came from the Halloween candy. An expert, by the way, who has been studying this constant Halloween candy warning for decades, because apparently people do that, says this is an urban myth. Criminal justice professor Joel Best says he's found plenty of hoaxes to this end, but virtually no hard or gummy evidence of tainted Halloween candy. And by the way, he's been studying this since 1983.
I can't find any evidence that any child has ever been killed or seriously hurt by a contaminated treat picked up in the course of trick-or-treating.
Still, police departments put out these warnings every single year, telling parents to check their kids' Halloween candy. And that habit really ramped up when we started legalizing weed. Now, marijuana edibles have become the big fear. And we thought that seemed a little unlikely. For one thing, edibles are expensive, I'm told. They cost way more than candy. I don't know about you, but I don't know anyone who wants to shell out $20 for edibles at a dispensary and then just give that away to some kids in a cheap plastic mask. But, you know, who knows? I don't know. People do weird things when they're high. So for an expert opinion, we asked the owners of a local dispensary.
You know, I mean, it'd be $10 to $20 for something that you could buy for probably 25 cents. You know, and again, I hate to think that there's people out there that would want to do something malicious to a child, but if they were, there would be much more damage that they could do for much less. I just couldn't imagine somebody looking to use cannabis to give out to children.
Okay, so just some more info here. Both Oregon and Washington have pretty strict rules for how marijuana can be packaged when it's sold. It has to be in child-resistant packaging with a safety warning. It can't have anything, quote, attractive to minors, like cartoons. And McKee says the industry is getting away from packaging edibles to look like regular snacks.
Oregon has very strict regulations and requirements for both labeling and packaging, and it's closely watched. Anything that can resemble too closely another, commercial non-cannabis product, and they continued to not only monitor that but really get stricter and stricter on that. And I think over the last couple of years, manufacturers that were kind of looking to mainstream brands to make their product look similar have gotten away from that.
So look, let's be clear. We just want you to have the facts. I mean, I'm not a parent. I can barely keep a plant alive. But so yeah, I mean, if you want to check your kids' Halloween candy, it's never a bad idea to just check the things that your kids get from strangers. And if they do accidentally consume THC, they could get pretty sick. We completely get the concern. But again, this stuff, meaning edibles, should be clearly labeled and sealed. If it's not, go ahead and throw it away. And overall, again, the warnings about drugs or blades or anything along those lines in candy, that's all largely an urban myth. And experts say you should worry about that about as much as you should worry about the boogeyman.